Okay, I'm going to quickly go through all the new animations to kind of explain what each one is to be used for. The first 10 or 12 frames or so are reserved for the mouth phenome positions to do lip syncing. Now I'm going to go over to the new combat idle animations where the gun is drawn, and there's 3 or 4 of these that we can just loop between, where he's just kind of standing there. Shifts his weight around is another one. Kind of looks around like he's heard a sound. And then swats a fly. And then here's the reloaded animation. We also have sidestep left and right. These are just one-off animations meant to be played, where he can quickly dodge out of the way by doing a quick sidestep left or right to get out of the way. Here are the combat walking animations, where the gun is drawn and he can be stalking the player, kind of a controlled walk. He can go forward, backward, left and right for a full range of motion. We also have combat runs, where he can be running at the player if he needs to cover a lot of ground quickly. He can also go forward, left, and right. Variety there. Then new strafing animations. Strafing left. And strafing right. So lots of options to move the character around in different ways. Now we have some idle relaxed animations where he's the gun is down. Maybe he's at an outpost or something, and there's one with minimal movement. Here he's kind of getting fidgety and looking around. So a couple different animations we can choose there. Here's the waypoint animations. The first one is where he's relaxed, gun is down, just kind of walking a waypoint. Here's another one where the gun is drawn and he's on high alert, walking a waypoint. So a couple different waypoint animations. Here is a startled animation. Say he spotted the player and he says, "Hey, where do you come from?" Here's another one where the player has been spotted and he's just kind of waving ahead like, "Hey, he's over here." Then we have the peeking animations, where he can be peeking around a corner, left and right, to kind of give a little minimal target there. Then we get into the crouching animations. Here's the transition from standing to crouch and back up. And then here are the crouched idle animations. First one is just kind of not moving a whole lot. And there's another one here where he kind of shifts his weight because, it's hard to be on your knees for a long time. And there's the reload animation. Here's a couple cool new animations. Here's to get the character strafing while crouched. So, like you said before, it'd be neat if he went behind a cover object, crouched, or strafed left or right and popped up in a different area. So now the character can crouch and strafe left or right. Here is a crouched run, where he's kind of ducking down and running in a crouched position. And then we have some other ways for the character to get into a crouched position rather than just standing up or down. Here is a rolling to a crouched position. Play that again here. He rolls and ends up in a crouched position. And then also, if he needs to get back into a standing position, he can also roll and end up in a standing position. Just a couple different ways to transition from crouch to standing. Here is the vaulting animation, where he vaults over a cover object or something that gets in his way. Here is a melee animation. If you try to bum rush him or get too close to him, he can absolutely beat you down. And then here is the new grenade throw animation. Kind of heaves a grenade there. Then we get into the generic animations. Here is a generic idle animation. Unarmed, just kind of standing there, breathing. Here is a second one. It's a little more animated. He's kind of looking around, getting fidgety, scratching himself, adjusting. Here's another idle animation. Now you'll have to use your imagination for this. This is meant to be used with the lip syncing, to have lip syncing layered on top of it. It's meant to look like he's engaged in a conversation. It should look really great with lip syncing over top of it. So he's kind of going through some hand gestures, shrugging his shoulders, bobbing his head. It kind of looks like he's engaged in a conversation with you. He could be telling you just about anything here, but this one is meant to be used with lip syncing. Here we finally get some chair animations. So the character can transition to sitting in a chair, he's idle, and stand back up. And then we have some just generic unarmed walking animations. A new generic run animation. This is a treading water or swimming animation. Here the character would be under or in water, just kind of floating there, treading water. That's how that works. And then you have the ladder climbing sequence, where he grabs the ladder, climbs, and goes off. The middle section is loopable. Again, here's the ladder climbing as it will look in the game, I suspect. Climbs up, stands up.